CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Pastrana and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
This is a Next Weather Alert from CBS News Miami.
It's a Next Weather Alert day, and let's take a live look now at downtown Miami. It's been a wet and stormy Monday afternoon, but how long is this nasty weather sticking around? Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera joins us now with a look ahead. Hey, Ivan.
Gonna be a while. Good to see you here on a Monday, and hopefully a lot of folks are, well, I know a lot aren't home for the holiday here, but it is going to continue storming, Lauren, right through the evening commute. So let's talk about it here because we've had a lot going on and still some pockets of very heavy rainfall. First of all, the severe thunderstorm warning that we had has been allowed to expire and has not been reissued. So we're good there as far as the potential for 60-mile-an-hour winds, large hail, and that frequent lightning that we have been seeing over the last half hour to an hour. What we do have is this, very importantly, a flash flood warning, about the largest one we've had here so far in the wet season. This is going from the Everglades all the way down along Miami and hitting the coast. It stops right before Miami Beach where we've had some heavy rainfall, but this is the area that's picked up anywhere from 1 to as much as 5, and we're still counting potentially upwards of 6 inches here. This is the pocket of the heaviest rainfall, so that's what we're expecting the flooding to be the worst ongoing right now. It's going to take a while to drain that, but you see the airport involved as well, downtown Miami, Brickell. We're seeing some roads shut down, that Rampart Boulevard to 395 there. We're looking at more heavy rain and more frequent lightning to the north and west of it. Now, once these begin to push to the south, and these will weaken a little bit, only because we've rained so heavily that the atmosphere is going to start stabilizing, but not the case right now. Still looking at frequent lightning and heavy rain from Kendall Lakes all the way down to Cutler Bay. And I mean, there's a little bit of a break here, and then you go further north, Doral getting hit again now with heavy rain and lightning as well. And then we've had those outflow boundaries from those storms that have triggered additional storms. Look at this, just one after the other as that line comes through, lifts the moisture from the surface and really gets things going here. So a lot of lightning there. Wouldn't be surprised to get an advisory over the next couple of hours in Broward. Our rain tracker will continue to show the storms finally winding down until we get by the time we get until 7 to 8 o'clock, and then I think we'll be done for today. We have more on the way for tomorrow. It's going to be a busy pattern for us here the next few days. So rain chances ahead anywhere from 50 to as much as 60%. We're going to continue with this busy pattern. And of course, we're talking about Tropical Depression 3 right out in the central Atlantic. It continues to show signs of organization at 35 miles an hour right now. There's that spin, right? So we get 39. We get ourselves Tropical Storm Brett. It is headed to the west and will continue to intensify. National Hurricane Center actually has this becoming a hurricane as it approaches the Lesser Antilles. There you see Friday morning, and then continuing either into the Caribbean or further north to impact with Puerto Rico. But by then, we should have a diminishing storm, a weakening storm, and in fact that number could come down. That's what I'm hoping for here. Then we have that other area that's to the east of it here. An unusual pattern, no question about it, because obviously we are in the month of June, not August or September. Another round of severe storms possible for tomorrow. We're at level 1 of 5, and then we'll continue with these high rain chances, 50 to 60% coverage, with temperatures coming down a little bit with the southeast wind beginning Thursday with highs in the upper 80s.
Ivan, thank you. As Pride Month continues, one organization is sounding the alarm over new legislation in Florida they say targets the LGBTQ community. New findings say Florida is at risk of losing out economically. CBS News Miami's Nicole Lauren has the latest.
Well, the organization is called Out Leadership, and it released their Business Climate Index for the year of 2023. Now, it found that the Sunshine State's actually falling in the rankings, coming in at 33rd in the nation. So the lower the state is ranked, the less inclusive it's said to be based on a survey that they conducted. So let's talk about how they came to this conclusion with this survey. It tracked all 50 states in terms of policies, attitudes, and measurements relating to LGBTQ inclusion. Each state was given a numeric index score from 1 to 100 for how people experienced living, working, and building a family and a life in every state. The study also seemed to show that Florida's recent legislation concerning what's dubbed the Don't Say Gay law and its law banning classroom instruction about sexual identity and gender orientation may have also contributed to its decline. So let's talk about what's dubbed the most inclusive states by this survey. Number 1 1 was New York, 2 Connecticut, 3 Massachusetts, followed by New Jersey and Colorado. I had the chance to speak with the president of the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, who spoke on inclusion here in the state of Florida and the divisiveness that he notices.
There's certainly some folks out there that are embracing a different mentality politically and are concerned about things that may not be understood by all. And I think that's one of the things, going back to this confrontation over policy, that we're really not quite understanding where some of this is coming from. And it's up to us for us to really force that conversation and try to figure out how do we deal with that.
Well, now you may be wondering, what is the least inclusive state according to the survey and the study done by Out Leadership? Number 50 came in the state of Arkansas. In Miami, Nicole Lauren, CBS News, Miami.
Governor Ron DeSantis made a stop in Nevada for his presidential campaign. The Florida governor spoke at the 8th annual Basque Fry, mostly taking aim at the left, calling for a return to, quote, sanity.
Leftist government is destroying cities all over our country. It's destroying other states. And I think what we're going to see in this election coming up is America's got to make a decision, because we need to restore sanity in this country.
Governor DeSantis criticized, quote, the dumpster fire of woke ideology in Democrat-led cities. When we come back, the latest on the investigation into a man police say stole a car with a baby inside. The footage detectives are hoping will lead to an arrest next. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Police are on the hunt for a person who they say stole a car with a toddler inside. BSO says the mother went inside a restaurant in Oakland Park when this happened. Fortunately, the toddler and car were found abandoned and the child was fine. CBS News Miami's Jacqueline Quinn has the details.
A really terrifying experience for this mom. And now the Broward Sheriff's Office has identified the suspect. It's 33-year-old Philip Pepe Jr., and this child was found in the abandoned car. BSO has told us that the mom had stopped at the IHOP off of Oakland Park Boulevard around 8 Saturday morning when 33-year-old Philip Pepe Jr. got into the car and took off with the child still in the back seat. This kicked off a massive manhunt with the Sheriff's Office deploying a K-9 unit and helicopter. Shortly after, the 3-year-old boy was found safe in the car where it had been abandoned near the 1900 block of Northwest 40th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale.
So detectives with the Broward Sheriff's Office Special Victims Unit are searching for Philip J. Pepe Jr. He's wanted for kidnapping, child imprisonment, and also grand theft auto.
Now, they believe Pepe is somewhere in Broward County. He may have traveled to other parts, but he was last seen wearing a white shirt and blue shorts, and he has a tattoo on his right arm. If you have any information for authorities to find this suspect, you're urged to contact law enforcement or police. For now, reporting near Fort Lauderdale, I'm Jacqueline Quinn, CBS News, Miami.
The Broward Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that happened near its headquarters in Fort Lauderdale. According to deputies, shots rang out just after midnight. Moments later, they found a man who had been shot. The man was rushed to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Deputies say one person has been detained. After searching more than 673 square miles, the U.S. Coast Guard suspended its part of a search for a missing freediver. A close friend sent us this picture of Ryan Pro. His boat left South Florida Thursday, and he was last seen on Friday afternoon off the coast of Bimini. His family said he was free diving around the Bimini barge wreck, but never came back to the surface. Officials reached out to boaters in the area to be on the lookout, but Pro was nowhere to be found. The Coast Guard says it was helping Bahamian officials in the search, but since called off its assistance. Caught on camera, crews from the United States Coast Guard in Clearwater rescued a 40-year-old man from a 39-foot fishing boat 50 miles east of Port Canaveral. You can see the air rescue as the man is lifted to safety. The man was taken to the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery. Today is Juneteenth, the commemoration of resilience against all odds. And this year, no one embodies that more than this year's Miss Teen South Florida Juneteenth. CBS News Miami's Terry Hornstein has her story.
If I did it, you can too.
I feel like that day was such a blur to me.
16-year-old Marie Guichard-Nicaise gets excited talking about the day she won Miss South Florida Juneteenth Teen earlier this month.
I did a poem as my talent because there was a talent.
A day she says she felt beautiful and also felt the support of her friends, family, and the community.
It meant a lot to me. It felt like I was important in the world. Like I was just getting love, a lot of love.
Nicaise, a junior at the Law Enforcement Officers Memorial High School in Miami, was born in Haiti. And at just 3 years old, while her mother was at work, her world changed forever.
The roof of the house just kind of like fell on me, and they had to my cousin actually had to drag me out.
Her cousin saving her life after the devastating earthquake in Haiti in 2010. Nicaise was left without the use of her legs, her mom carrying her around for 2 years before they moved to the United States and she got a wheelchair. Nicaise says she owes it all to her mom.
And having to come in this country and fight just to bring me up and show me that, you know, you're in a wheelchair, but that doesn't matter.
That drive pushing her to compete, and part of the reason the pageant director says Nicaise is the perfect person for the crown.
I was getting ready to do it, and she said, "Can I be in it?" And I took her back, and I said, "Yes, you can be in it. You're beautiful. You have a beautiful spirit."
A beautiful spirit and the passion to represent different minority communities and teach young women just like her that anything is possible.
This is what I should be doing. I should have been doing this a long time ago.
Nicaise says she wants to spend the next year teaching her peers about the meaning of Juneteenth, but also advocating for more ramps for those in wheelchairs. She says one day she hopes to be a lawyer. A lot of work, but work she says she was meant to be doing. In the studio, Terry Hornstein, CBS News, Miami. Just an incredible young lady. The power of CBS 4 News and the CBS News Miami stream are always at your fingertips. We're on Pluto TV and it's all free. Or find us on your favorite streaming device with the CBS News app, then click CBS News Miami. That's CBS News Miami's Quickcast. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS Miami.